now we should actually measure the learning outcomes in children across SES to see if in fact there are any learning outcome differences. Do they actually acquire the same syntactic island knowledge? When do they acquire it, right? And one caveat is we don't predict any differences, but if there are in fact outcome differences, it could be due to other factors besides the input. For example, language processing ability is known to differ across SES, with low SES children sometimes slower compared to their high SES counterparts when it comes to just processing the input. So if low SES children are less able to harness the information in their input, even if we predict it to be there, they might be delayed in acquiring syntactic island knowledge, but not because of an input deficit, but because of some other deficit that's built up in terms of their ability to access the information or harness the information in that input. But if it turns out that we measure and there aren't outcome differences, perhaps after any language processing ability differences have resolved, right, then this supports syntactic island input quality being the same across SES, right? Something else that we can look at is the origins of the building block, where they're coming from, right? So remember, we had that trace violation for high SES dialect speakers, which appears in low SES child-directed speech. What do you think that happens? This is a key building block that involves CP that, complementizer phrase that. These are predicted to come from this dependency in low SES child-directed speech that's ungrammatical, right? So therefore, we predict that low SES adults should view this WH dependency as grammatical, right? High SES adults shouldn't, right? But if we should expect low SES adults to view it as grammatical, if we think that low SES children are supposed to hear it and harness those crucial CP that building blocks from it. So that's something that we can also measure, right? That the model is predicting to be true.